everyone. This is the Three Stooges podcast. Welcome back. I'm Charles Wade.
Yeah, I'm Cameron Singletary.
And today we got a special guest. Let him introduce himself.
My name is Tino Ali, also known as my legal is Antonio, in case y'all are wondering. But my artist name is Tino Ali. I am a Amazon best-selling children's book author, actually. I am an independent artist and dabble in a bit of everything else. I also have a podcast that is called the Hip Hop Business and News Podcast, the Sandwich Shop Pod. So, yeah.
Great, man. We're really happy to have you here, man.
Yes, sir. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Well, today we got a special topic for you guys. We're going to be talking about music and hip-hop. So to start that discussion off, let's go ahead and talk about some of our, biggest influences when it comes to sports and hip-hop.
With that, as far as that, I would say one of my biggest influences with sports and hip-hop was Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne? Okay.
Because, one, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a Kobe Bryant fan.
All right.
You see how through the years, he's notably a Lakers fan and a Packers fan. But he always speaks on Lil Wayne. He even made a Lil Wayne song.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't he do a theme for the Packers?
Yeah, he did a theme for the Packers. He did a Lil Wayne song. He dropped a lot of Kobe lines, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just
the whole song
Michael Jordan lines.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, Lil Wayne just was heavy with,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just because really the team that he liked was one of my favorite teams.
Right. I can't honestly say I have somebody that made music for any teams that I like. Oh, my team's shitty. So if I just like somebody that was like influential to me, like I've played before games, just Chief Keef. I mean,
sure.
Yeah,
That's
get you hyped up, get you ready, and you're ready to run through a wall after that. But yeah, I have to say Chief Keef. What about you, bro?
Man, it's hard because, if we're talking like, we talking like playlists before going out and doing something or what? Like,
yeah, I mean, that works. If you don't have like an artist like Cam had that's like influential, talking about your favorite team, stuff like that, it could be that as well. Playlists, artists, exactly.
Man, I listen to everything, but I think I got to go with my number one. He's my greatest of all time, in my opinion, and it's just Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane? Okay, so you with the old school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could bump him doing anything when I'm getting ready to write, when I'm getting ready to work out, whatever the case is. I could throw on some Kane. It's all reliable, essentially.
Okay, there you go, Calvin. You got one. My stepdad's like he's big on like the history of hip hop. He all into that old school rap. Always talking about like these guys today ain't nothing. They ain't got no flow. Da da da. So like,
oh, trust me, I rip.
Yeah.
When I get on the mic, I rip it. I hold myself to that old standard of writing, and it's so much so that me and my friend are actually working on a song with Kane right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got my verse written. I'm always in and out. I'm ready to rap whenever I'm called upon. But we need to finish, setting up some business arrangements with Kane.
Yeah,
he's down to do the song.
Cool.
That's crazy.
How did that come about? Did you like reach out to him, or how did that go?
Social media is a rapper's best friend. Let me
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you, an independent artist's best friend is social media, because all we did was shoot him an Instagram DM.
Damn, he responded to y'all like that?
Yeah, he responded, like, not quick.
Yeah, not quick. Yeah,
but
right.
Basically what happened was my friend reached out to him. He listened to some of my friend's stuff, and he showed him some of my stuff as well. He's like, yo, you guys are dope. And it's like, he to the point where it's like he was willing to work with us on the price and the business and all that. And he's like, just send it whenever you guys got it.
That's cool, bro. That's dope, man. Wow. For sure.
And it's funny because I got on my friend. It's such a huge opportunity for us. I know I'm going off on a tangent. We just started.
Nah, you good, bro. You good.
No.
Yeah, it's my friend was like, we were going through picking beats, and I'm thinking this Kane, like, we need to get this to him immediately before he changes his mind or something crazy. When you're dealing with someone of this stature, they can be fickle. From previous experience, I know that.
Right.
And but now my friend was like, no, it's got to be perfect. We got to take our time, and I'm glad he did, because the beat he produced was incredible. He wanted to produce a beat. I wanted to buy a beat. And I was like, bro, I've written like 5 verses to 5 different beats. I've sent them all to you. I think they're all worthy to have Kane next to them. And he's like, no, just wait a minute. And, he has a great virtue of patience. Yeah. But to shout him out, Dom Rose is his name. Dom Rose Music on Instagram. He's an incredible rapper. Me and him have, steel sharpens steel.
Yeah, definitely.
And just to piggyback off of that, like, how did that relationship come to bat? Like, how did you guys, get in the studio together, start making music together and stuff like that?
High school. So I was, So I just transferred to a new high school up in Virginia in Stafford. And basically what had happened was I was sitting in a new class. It's a brand new school year. I'm on the bleachers, and like 5 rows down below, I don't know anybody here. Everybody in this community knows each other. They all grew up with each other. I'm the odd one out at this point. I see a kid typing in his iPod, though, about 5 rows down on the bleachers. And I see the stanzas, and I don't even see the words, but I can see the structure. And I'm like, he raps. Just as a writer myself, I know exactly how the process goes. And I think he had overhead headphones on, which probably helped at the time. Yeah. But and I was like, I just went up to him, and he probably, like, I've talked to him about it, and I was like, I know he thinks I'm weird as hell, but this is gonna be dope if he actually does, and if he takes it serious. And then from there, like, ever since, we've gone back and forth. We were back making songs with like the little snowball in the closet type stuff, like all that stuff. So ever since, but yeah, he taught me some of my, like, we kind of rap in the same style, we think, because we fed off of each other. We rapped with each other so much that we helped develop each other. Yeah. So
value that friendship.
For sure.
Because that's how I was with him. So
facts.
That's dope in terms of sports or just definitely. In general?
Everything. Everything.
Like, if I did it, I would make sure he went.
Right.
His mom was my ride, so I used to make sure he went. Like, if I was working out, you got to get up. Like,
right, yeah.
So
going to a party, I'm going. Yeah, like, and I can only go because he going. Type.
If Chuck can't get in, I
that's
ain't
the type of relationship was.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Like, hey, is Cam going?
Yeah, that's big bro right there. So
literally, that used to be the lie. I'm with Cam. I'm with Chuck. Like
exactly.
Anyway, so.
And was that the same situation in like high school? Was it before that?
It was before that.
We met nursery.
Diapers. Yeah, like before even kindergarten. Like this pre-K, we was pre-K together. Separated for a little bit. He was going to school by the beach. I was going to school, Kernan area. Right. And then, like, summer camp one year, we met up again, and this shit just kept going. Like, we never even, stopped talking to each other. And then after that, we started playing on the same football team, stuff like that, and then just grew from there.
That's dope as hell. Have you guys ever talked about that on the pod before?
No, people always want to ask. So that's a good question,
Facts.
Bro. Like, that's a great question, bro. People actually ask, like,
for sure.
His cousin Freddie actually suggested that we talk about how we met and whatnot, episode. And you know what I'm saying. But I thought that was like a given.
A given, facts.
But literally,
but that's because y'all take each other as givens. Like you know our story. Like other people probably will get.
But both our parents are military, like former military. So we had the same military base in Mayport. So summer camp, daycare. We just so happened to go be in the same one. You know what I'm saying. So that's why we built like. We got friends still now
that we know
since in that daycare. Like,
that's mind blowing.
And I'm talking about like 10 friends, like 10 plus.
Probably I was about to say more than 10. For real.
More than 10 plus close friends. Like even one that we've had on this podcast. Like
shout out boy Malik.
Shout out that boy Malik. Like went to the NFL. Like
Malik's episode was amazing, by the way. Malik, if you're seeing this, that was an incredible conversation. I love that. I actually want to touch on a few things y'all talked about later.
We do gotta touch on that. Hold on, we can touch on it right now. Get back to music. What is your top 5 current artists?
There's a lot of dope guys out there.
Current now.
Yeah, I know it's current. So I got to start off because he's the first one that comes to mind right now. Blessed is really dope. It's spelled BLXST with a period at the end.
Okay.
Blessed is really dope. I love Maxo Cream.
Maxo Cream.
I love Polo G.
Okay.
That's cool.
And there were 2 other guys. You guys mind if I pull out my phone? Because I got notes.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So, and these are some of the greatest guys because I feel like although they're doing the same genre that's been popular for the past decade now,
right?
All that trap influence stuff, they're putting a really dope new spin on it, especially with Maxo and Polo. Like it's super personal. Definitely. With Blessed, it's more so party stuff, but it's still relatable. It's like a lot of the sappy love stuff too. Okay. But, Pop Smoke and Travis Thompson.
Travis Thompson.
Who's that?
Travis Thompson is, I believe he's a native rapper, which is the first time I've ever seen a native rapper blow up or even really listen to one. Yeah. But he's like this super light-skinned native, chubby guy. But the dude's flow is incredible. Like, and he does some of the stuff he has going on in the engineering phase of stuff is like I've never heard before. He opens his newest album, which just dropped, I believe, like a month ago, with like a Juicy J feature. So that tells you where his style is at.
On that.
So and where his level is at if Juicy is willing to get on a song with him and stuff like that.
For sure.
And then Pop Smoke was he just dropped his team just dropped another posthumous album.
Right.
And it's still incredible. Like I know even they made something out of like that boy's demos that really wasn't meant to see.
Yeah, and you could.
Yet.
Yeah.
And even though there's still remnants of that, there's always going to be a remnant of that with the posthumous album, especially if you look at the X albums and all that.
Yeah.
DMX and Tentacion.
Yeah.
But it's really polished. It's really good, and it's just incredible music. I think they did a great job with whoever executed it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
You think so? So
I think so. Well, you got a different opinion.
The part that I'll disagree on is that they said that there's no more music left from Pop Smoke.
So you think they're hiding music?
No, they said that the music that they've released now is the end of his catalog.
Nah, I don't think so. I think they'll come out with another album.
That's all they have.
I hope they don't, because I feel like this is a great note to end off on.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a good project. The skits are incredible. You got all those people that had those emotional speeches on there about what Pop was doing and everything. But I don't know, because as a rapper, I have a bunch of unfinished demos. So what could be the case? I guarantee he has more songs lying around, but they're not good enough. Like they're half-assed vocals.
Yeah.
Like, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's probably just like, my rap this ain't my rapping voice.
Yeah.
This is my speaking voice. It's lazy. It probably just sounds like this on those demos, and they can't use those vocals because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't sound the same.
Sure.
I guarantee there's like a couple records lying around, but they just can't use them.
Definitely. It makes sense.
That's a good one.
It could be half verses too. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple Pop features after this, but they're like half verses or like 4 bars or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like MF Doom, IDK.
Or like a chorus.
Right.
Yeah.
Just hooks.
Like IDK released a joint with Doom, but with Doom it was only like recently it was like 2 bars, and everybody was mad because it said featuring MF Doom. MF Doom was a huge figure in hip hop. I got a Doom hoodie on now.
Yeah.
So it's like for people to tune in and then realize, oh, it's a bridge. Like, come on, it could have been a nice surprise on the album because people know his voice, but you didn't have to market it like that.
Like that.
It feels like
the
you're
false
fishing
presidents.
for
Yeah.
False presidents. Right.
For sure.
Right.
Well,
that's my tangent. My bad.
no, you good, bro. This is to showcase you like so we want you to talk as much as so the audience can feel you. We want them to know who you are and tap into what you're doing right now. So it's perfect. Yeah, keep talking, bro. I'm not gonna go into my top 5 because I feel like we already did that other episode. But like one artist that like I don't think get talked about enough, even though he passed away, is Juice WRLD.
Facts.
That's one of like
he faded too fast.
So with Juice WRLD, that'll lead into my next question. What do you think is? Well, I'll say a top 5 because it's going to be hard to say one, but a top 5 of the not the best rappers, but the most influential rappers.
Influential is hard. I think for a given Wayne. Like you said before, because he's literally influenced the entirety of this new generation.
Right.
Oh yeah,
he
was the first rapper to come out and say, "I'm not writing anything."
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Locked in the studio.
No, there was Jay before that, and Big was known for not writing too. But that's behind the scenes.
That's behind the scenes, though. Yeah.
Jay might have leaked out into the public, but it was. I think I agree with you in that Wayne was the first one that used it as a marketing
tool. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's like, "Hey, yo, like all this is off the top,"
right.
and he made a giant event out of it, saying that like, "Hey, what I just recorded here, this mixtape, this is my written stuff. Not doing it anymore."
Right.
Yep.
So, but yeah, in terms of influential, I have to say Wayne. I want to say but because he sold so much and he influenced a lot of the dudes that are influencing the new generation. But in terms of the new generation is disconnected from M.
From Eminem.
So he's not as influential as
because it's not as lyrical based music now.
Well, it's entirely lyrical. That's what I think the issue is. If you listen to M's new stuff, it's all lyrics.
No,
he's talking about the new generation.
The fans aren't focused on lyrically based music as much.
Yeah, that's one of my issues with M though, is that like he's so focused on lyrics, he don't care how the music sounds. Anymore.
Exactly. Make some hits.
Yeah,
you gotta mix some hits in to get the people to tune in to the lyrics.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, to be fair, he hasn't gone without trying, but it's not.
Oh yeah,
he's not really trying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you saying? I cut you off, bro.
No, I agree with Eminem. That's a good pick, bro. Even with the movies when he dropped like 8 Mile and the influence he had during that time. Man, you couldn't turn on MTV without 8 Mile being
Man, what? Still.
Several times,
like,
yeah.
you know,
that boy getting mad royalty checks off.
Man, what?
Oh yeah, crazy. He living good, bro.
Yeah.
Who else was I gonna say?
It's three more people, right?
Yeah, you said.
So we said
Juice WRLD.
I said Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
He
Juice
said
WRLD's a good one. Chief
Wayne.
Keef, you got it.
Yeah,
See,
Chief
for me,
Keef,
I would
yeah.
say like Chief Keef, because Chief Keef made.
We talking about of all time though. Like
Okay.
Keef
Maybe the
hugely
guys that we are
influential.
probably talking about are more so like of the thousands.
Okay, of the thousands. That makes
Yeah.
you mean like in 2010s more so.
Yeah,
2010s.
2010s.
I think we
2010s.
got to put Wayne up there. We got to put Jay up there, and those are probably the only two old school rappers that we could really keep up there.
That we can keep
I
up.
feel you.
Ye, sonically, I don't think has influenced as much as
He hasn't
him
been as
being an
consistent.
icon.
Kanye.
He hasn't stayed. He hasn't stayed.
Yeah,
consistent.
he fell off,
Sonically,
man.
Not even. I wouldn't even say fell off, right? Because I like a lot of his projects. I'm in the minority. I like Yeezus. I like The Life of Pablo. I like
Okay.
stuff like that. Only because it's experimental. I'm into all the
I
experimental
feel that.
stuff.
Okay.
But in terms, those experimental albums didn't pay off in a way that it influenced the youth. Like you got your Death Grips and stuff like that, but I think they were doing that before Yeezus. I think he was actually accused of copying them, but he didn't know about them, or he claims.
He claims.
But you know, I don't think EA has influenced this new generation in terms of being a rapper as much as a celebrity.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
And a brand.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
more so a
100%.
brand now. And
For sure.
He's not as consistent.
That's a
with
great
just
way to
music,
put it.
For sure.
That's a great way to put
Shit, Soulja Boy.
it. There you go, man.
Stop playing with my dog, Big Soulja.
Hey, yo,
Put some
listen.
respect on
I'm not
Soulja Boy.
not
Listen,
disrespecting him,
y'all
bro.
about
Put
to
some
make me
respect on
sit up,
Soulja
all
Boy.
right?
man.
So here's
Put
the
some
thing.
respect on my dog.
Big Draco deserves all the flowers.
Okay.
I agree
Alright.
with Cam,
That's what I'm about to say.
especially. I
respect
feel
on my
like I'm
dog.
yelling into the mic, but
You good?
especially if we include in the background. Like he had the Migos on his couch. Bro.
Yes.
For sure.
You
Rich the
can't
Kid,
deny
like,
that. Yeah,
man,
Rich the Kid
the-
too. Even though Rich the Kid's a scumbag. Like, y'all hear about the behind the scenes stuff?
Nah.
So basically, he was stealing cover art from one of his designers he didn't want to pay.
Wow.
Because he was, and you know, a lot of these rappers are broke behind the scenes.
Broke
like
behind
they're
the scenes.
advancing.
Like recently, he been doing that.
Yeah,
I'm about to
it
go
was like-
delete
it was
his
this
shit.
year. It was this year. Yeah. He didn't want to pay for the cover art, and he released it. But the lady sued. I forget her name. I wish I could remember her name. I'm not gonna find it.
Man,
Instagram.
I gotta go
Even
delete
if I
bro
tried.
shit.
Wow.
But like he
Stealing.
just kind of ran off on the plug.
Yeah.
And then it was
Stealing.
like, and then she
Swag.
sued and got it taken down, and you know, obviously everything was sorted out. But yeah, like I told you guys I do cover art too. I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah.
I've done marketing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's broke.
Man.
Doesn't matter who. The
Who it
doctors
is.
are broke.
Facts.
The doctors are broke. The artists are broke. You know, your favorite celebrity. Not
broke.
We know what you mean,
There's
yeah.
Somebody rich.
Right.
Yeah, in their scale. There's
There's a
somebody
lot
rich.
of people fronting, and a lot of people, if they are rich, they're hood rich.
Right.
They still got their place out in the project, so they're just in a slightly better neighborhood like us, and they're like, you know, modest. you know?
Modest. Yeah.
So that,
Definitely.
cool. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Soulja Boy got a major influence, bro. You can't.
Yeah.
Shoot, that was 5, right? Anybody else we thinking about?
So we got Keith, if we including Cam's pick.
You gotta like
Yeah.
Chief Keef, y'all gonna leave Chief Keef?
I'm not leaving Chief Keef out. I love,
like,
but I mean,
Keef
who would you
deserves it.
who would you put?
Who can you say?
Yeah.
Like
Who could do better than Keith is what you're asking.
I'm saying as far as influence.
I can't think of
as far
someone
as
else.
influence.
Yeah, I can't think of someone else.
Okay.
I mean,
Because,
we can say
Love
like now.
Sosa, Hate Being Sober, like these are classics of
Right.
the beginning of the 2010s.
Right. Don't like.
We disrespectful.
Who you
Young
say?
Thug.
Thug? Okay.
Oh, Thug
Yeah,
is
but
huge.
I
Thug
felt
is
I
huge.
Young Thug.
Especially in the way that, you know, linguists were, you got to think, this dude was having scholars study his, like the way he used his voice.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
Man.
So, of course, he deserves those flowers. And the fact that other people replicated it after that, with it being proven so revolutionary, the dude's got to be included.
Yeah.
I completely
Yeah.
agree.
For
Man.
sure.
Yeah.
Thugger.
So so who we take out and put in Thug? Well, y'all could see I like Chief
No, 'cause
Keef
we
though.
have-
I'll take out Juice WRLD. Like
Wayne,
he's
I don't
more
think Juice
so.
WRLD was that influential.
Yeah, I think he'll be more influential for like these the younger kids now.
Yeah.
Like definitely not us, but
Not us at all.
There's no Juice WRLD without Young Thug.
I agree.
100%.
I agree.
To me, and there's like,
Right.
because I want it to be like Lil Uzi Vert, but there's no Lil Uzi without Young Thug.
Exactly.
Right.
And there's no, you know what I'm saying?
The one thing, like, you know, I went through this shit or whatever, but like the one thing that I liked about Juice WRLD, like his stuff wasn't all positive and like it tapped into that negativity and shit like that.
Yeah,
and when
he
I was
spoke
going
on it.
through
Yeah.
what I was going through, bro, like listening to him helped me a lot. Like like it's okay to not be all right. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like that's why for me
most
that's
people
why
put on that front that it's always all right.
Exactly. So like that helped me. He helped me go through a lot of stuff, bro. So that's why exactly. That's why I liked him so much. But
you know, what's funny is like my introduction to hip hop was through basically I've never told this story before, but my older brother when I was a kid, like before a preteen, right, way early, he gave me a little MP4, and I remember it being an MP4, and I remember it being an MP4 because I thought it was so cool. It's like, this ain't an MP3, bro. I got an MP4. I got a video on my joint. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but one of the preloaded songs on there was Mockingbird by Eminem, and at the time, rearranging some of the lyrics in our head, famous, changing some of the details, it felt like a mirror image of like what was going on in my life. Worries about my parent and things like that, all that crazy stuff going on. And it was the same exact thing you were talking about. Like, it's okay not to be all right. It's okay. Other people are going through the same experiences, all that good stuff. And then later on came the idea of embracing all that stuff and letting it be known instead of being ashamed about it. So it's, it parallels your journey with Juice WRLD in that way of being like, yo, that was my emotional introduction to, music. And a lot of self-discovery. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I was just going to tap on, like, when y'all sit back and think about it, it's really amazing, like, what music can do for people.
Man.
It really
right?
is.
Like,
it's incredible.
It can make you the happiest of happy, or it can make you the saddest of sad, or it can, like, motivate you to do certain things that you never thought you can do. You know what I mean? So it's just amazing what music really is at its ground point and it's at the center of it.
Yeah. Even in the smallest like version, we were talking about workout playlists, bro. Like, sometimes you need that extra boost of energy from that music to get the rep out.
That man, what?
Right? Like you hear the bass and it's all of a sudden it's like,
or you hear that song that take you back to that place.
Right.
You
like,
feel
let's
me?
go.
Like that song take you back to that one place.
Sure.
I don't want to go back type stuff.
Make you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm definitely with y'all on that.
For sure.
But I cut you off, my guy.
No. That's literally all I was going to say, bro. But just to segue into another topic, what artists nowadays do you feel is, like, damaging the culture of hip-hop? Like, it isn't good for hip-hop at all. Because there are definitely a lot out there.
As far as music or as far as...
I'm talking about quality. I'm talking about...
Of, like, life influence, all of them. All of it's drugs and killing each other, but we all feed into it. A lot of us come from those backgrounds, so we accept it.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about musically, I couldn't tell you because I don't listen to who I don't like.
Very true. You do got a point.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
What about y'all though? Because obviously, if you ask that question, y'all got to answer.
Who do you got?
Like dudes like I was about to say Pop Smoke. My fault. But is that no?
It's a little harsh.
What's Buddy name? What's Buddy name? With the hair. Gucci Gang. What's his name?
Oh yeah,
Lil Pump. Yeah,
100%.
terrible.
Garbage.
Yes.
Little Cuban kid trying to be what he's not.
But
I ain't gonna mention the other one.
Yeah, don't say it. You was gonna say it. Don't do it. That's clickbait.
Squeaky.
That's clickbait.
Who is it?
6ix9ine. You were gonna say 6ix9ine. But
y'all seen the supervillain documentary?
Nah,
it's stupid,
man.
It's about him, no?
Yeah, but it's like, and it doesn't glorify him in any way, but it seems like a pretty faithful documentation of just like how everything spiraled out of control.
Bro, you just put me on something.
I can't click any 6ix9ine anything. I don't want to get this man paid.
I didn't either, but it's just like just sheer curiosity, and also at the same time in my head, and this could be like you could say it's the fault of his success. It's like my 0.005 of a cent isn't gonna contribute to anything.
Oh yeah,
but then the millions of streams lead up to success.
Yeah, that's funny. I just had the same conversation with my brother because I was like, I'm not messing with Kanye. Like all that stuff he was doing with Trump, like I can't sit there and support that man. Yeah. But I like the Donda album or whatever that was about to come out or whatever, like I'm gonna listen to it. And he was like, but I thought you said you were canceling him. I'm like, my one listen to the album ain't going. He's still gonna make millions and millions of dollars on this.
The same thing I had with Tory Lanez is that like
what's a cancel?
I didn't listen. I didn't listen.
What's a canceling? Like
I'm not like
it's not. It's
not.
It's your personal preference.
Exactly.
Like,
because you choose to not like. Because
but some
you
people,
choose
like,
to,
just for the sake of their integrity, like, you know, they feel as though it's right to do that. And I support that. If you feel as though you don't want to listen to an artist, don't do it.
Yeah.
But with Tory Lanez, I was like, I wasn't down with his behavior. Like, it seemed like he was a liar in the media and stuff, and that's my personal judgment call. I'm not, like, anybody that think, you know,
and you're entitled to that.
Yeah,
you're entitled to your opinion.
And then I was like, you know, for a long time I didn't listen to him, and then I was like, damn, I really want to hear Proud Family. You know? So I go on and I do the math, and being an artist, knowing the numbers, like, my 1/5 of a cent every 3 months isn't going to do anything.
Right.
Yeah. So if I listen to the album, it's harmless as long as I do it in moderation.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is with Tory Lanez, I think he's pretty talented, but like with that he did, bro, I had to stop listening, bro, for a little bit too, man. He tweaking out.
It was ridiculous. I think what they did, the Baby and Tory did recently, where it brought him out to the show and everything. Disgusting. I think the Baby constantly working with him after, despite the public dispute.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, you forgot about that.
Yeah,
Baby
Rolling Loud
used to date. No, the Baby and Megan Thee Stallion used to date.
I didn't know that.
Oh, for real?
So that's why it's kind of like a.
What?
I don't keep up with date stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
When I keep up with
music, so.
I know she used to. Right. I know, of course, she messed with Tory Lanez, but I didn't know she used to mess with the Baby too.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And learn something new every day.
So that's even dirtier, though. It's
that's why.
Like to spite her.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
That's someone I don't agree with that at all. Like, everybody talks about. There's a lot of people you see, especially on social media, which is why I'm not on it as much anymore. Even though being an independent artist, it's a necessary evil. But you know. Fuck, where was I going with this?
Social media is draining.
But it's even worse if that's like a former partner of yours, and a lot of people like to go with the I hate my ex thing, like fuck my ex or whatever. I'm not like that. Yeah. So it's like, it's disrespectful to me. We might have our disagreements, we might have separated, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to disrespect you in public.
Yeah.
Disrespect stay between us. You know what
right.
I mean?
Facts.
For sure.
Facts.
Except for when I make music.
But
I don't say no names. You got to give me that.
Facts.
I don't say no names.
I feel that.
Facts.
Shoot. All right. I got another question then. What artist is out nowadays that you think deserves more respect? As far as like the quality of their music, their lyrics and stuff like that. They don't get the notoriety that they probably deserve or they should be getting.
There's quite a few out there, I believe. Jesse Reyes is incredibly dope. I'm about to look at my title.
Okay.
Action Bronson should be talked about more in terms of like the lyrical spirit. Like everybody talks about Griselda and stuff like that, and they deserve their flowers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from them. You know, Conway and Benny and all that. But I think Action Bronson needs to be talked about more. Big Crit deserves more flowers.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like
Dude,
Big Crit.
Can we talk about Crit for a second? Because he's got like 6 classic mixtapes.
Before you start, this for you, Lante.
You know about Big Crit.
This for you, Big Lante.
We got his roommates from Memphis.
Yeah, he's a Big Crit fan.
On the Memphis influence of music and
But isn't Crit from Mississippi?
Yeah, he's from Mississippi, but
it's still that same
he's like he is a very, very heavy Crit fan. Like listen to everything, so he'll enjoy this part of it.
It's just like, and it's gonna be brief because I don't want to spend too much time on Crit. Like, he deserves his flowers. People should go check him out. If you're watching this, please listen to a Crit mixtape. My favorite is, I believe it's right here. It is King Remembered. Yeah, King Remembered in Time. Good Together is my favorite track. But Crit is just an incredible artist lyrically. He knows how to make a banger. And he definitely is one of the most, he's one of the guys now that really embraces the reinvention of like 2000s crunk.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like that sound
for sure.
That same spirit, like my trunk, pussy pot.
The first time I heard Big Crit was on Glass House.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa, Chris and OJ. That's
the first time I heard Crit was on One Train.
Yeah,
y'all remember that cut? That's a classic song.
Wow.
What was it, The Vent? I think.
That.
I like that one too. That joint was he got some hits. For sure.
But yeah, I think Crit definitely deserves it. I mean, there's a list of artists that I could go down that deserve more shine, but those are just a couple of them.
Gotcha.
There's nobody like in particular right now that I think like really needs shine. Like whoever is doing their thing is like getting the attention they deserve right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Cool.
And right now it's like you don't need to be completely mainstream to be successful, because if you have your own gauge of fans, like if you have your own lane of fans, because like it's crazy. I've just now realized like some American rappers will like make Britain music because they got certain fans that like.
Don't even get me started on
this.
I interviewed this guy called Fire Royale,
yeah,
and he's been covered by Complex and everything. And I want to work with him on a song eventually. I just don't have anything ready for him. Mm-hmm. But he is, because of the Jamaican presence in the UK, what he did was he fused grime and dancehall. And he's created a new genre, Complex. That's the reason why Complex and all these major publications covered him. Mm-hmm. He's got a great album out called Overrated. Go check it out. I remember my guests' shit because I support everything that I put out. But he's popping overseas because of it. Another dude out of Philly called King Shamps, his entire business plan with his Dead Wrong record label is overseas stuff. Mm-hmm. All he does, he said he sends like 30 emails a day out to radio stations out in Africa and out in Europe mainly, because Europe loves like that old boom bap-ish neo-golden shit that's going on now. And he said like it works. Yeah. People out there, they have real fan bases. Even if he's not popping out in the U.S., he's popping out there.
Streams.
Action Bronson, I was just telling you, we're not talking about him out here, but he had the number one album in a Russian country just not too long ago.
For real?
Last year,
That's crazy.
It's insane.
That's
him
crazy.
and Alchemist mentioned it on one of their album skits. So I forget the name of it.
That's crazy.
So like, if you guys, if any artists are watching this, overseas is a viable market.
Oh yeah,
definitely check it out. Like if you think it's saturated out here, you got plenty of room to grow throughout the world. Don't let that stop you.
Yeah.
So
it's tough, bro. Segueing into another question. So you said your influence like Big Daddy Kane and stuff like that. So like I don't want to right, and I don't want to put you in a category, but like, is your rap more of like northern, like New York style of rap? Gotcha. Okay.
Like although Eminem was like I said, was my introduction, and that's Midwest West influence.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The rest was Big and Jada and all that stuff. Like it's all hard New York stuff. Like even the guy that I worked with for my first album, Sandwich Shop, he was a New York producer, and that old soul sample, like chopping up the weight, like that New York production style, heavy boom bap stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's the sound that I love. And I'm branching out more. I've kind of found a pocket similar to the Neo Golden of Griselda and Royce the 5'9", what they're doing recently, and but it definitely falls in that vein of metaphor heavy, slow cadence, raspy, embracing the raspiness of my voice, just poetry versus trying to make a hit. Now I've made some hits. I've been trying to do, I told Cam about this briefly, but I have like this plan where I want to try and make Jacksonville the new Atlanta once I get some more money for features and just solely work with Jacksonville artists. And I have some Southern crank in there. Like I got new sound and like South stuff too. So I'm not in a box by any means. I can do anything, but my favorite to do is just that I rant on a sheet of paper with some metaphors,
Yeah,
so
I feel that, bro.
Definitely.
It's cool.
What athletes have y'all noticed over the years that publicly made a musical influence? If there is any.
I'm about to say something stupid.
Shaq.
Shaq, maybe. I mean, hey, that's not stupid.
Shaq had influence in the
Shaq had influence for real.
Wasn't Kobe rapping too?
What has Shaq not done that?
Yeah,
Tanner doesn't want to do.
You right?
Movies, rap, shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done everything. The man's a legend in his own right.
Yeah.
His albums aren't great, but he's worked with legends. He's gotten production from legends. Like when he did it right.
Right.
He did it
his way.
I don't think anybody has had real influence, but I'll tell you some of the guys I like. I like Iman, I like and I really like what's his name? Marv something.
Marvin Bagley?
Yes.
He rap?
Yes.
For real?
And he sounds like an industry artist.
I know that.
He's the only one that I research, because I research ball players. Cam knows more about the football guys. And he's the only guy that makes like industry grade music, in my opinion. Definitely. Like it sounds like he could have been a rapper instead. He could have got a deal and he could have been successful at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's killing it. His new name, he changed it. It went from his legal to MB35.
Okay.
So,
that's probably his basketball.
What's your opinion on that name?
That's just probably his initials with basketball or something, just to make it.
Yeah.
It's MB. It's Marcus. You said Marvin.
It's Marvin Bagley.
Marvin Bagley the third. That's MB3, And then the 5, I don't know what that is. It's probably his number. No.
Nah, he not number 5. But yeah,
I don't keep up with Marvin Bagley either, so I can't really tell you.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea.
That's crazy though. Some act like what you call it? I remember Victor Oladipo dropped that. Album, but he sings.
He sings.
He's like R&B.
You told me about
Dame
that.
Dollar.
Dame's okay. Dame's not good.
Like, you don't gotcha.
But he's definitely like, if you want to check him out, he's worth a listen. You might like him, but he's not like anything special.
Right.
Sorry. I know y'all got a lot of athlete brands that they passing around, and it's like, sorry, my dude. Hey, if you need a ghostwriter, hit me. The pen, I swear to God.
I'm actually glad you brought that up. So, being a rapper, how do you feel about ghostwriter?
If you admit it, there's nothing wrong with it.
No.
If you admit it, there's nothing wrong with it.
What's admitting it?
But you can't be top 5.
Okay.
So you can't be top 5.
So what about Drake?
So Drake's not top 5?
Drake's not top 5 lyrically.
I agree.
Lyrically, you can't be
wait.
All
right.
Top 5 most influential? Hell yeah.
Let's break this down. All right.
First
so
of all,
like,
it's disrespectful that we didn't include Drake in the top 5 most influential of 2010.
Definitely.
Very true. It is disrespectful.
Keith to me.
But like for
yeah, we can take out Keith for Drake, and then we got to take out. We can't even take out Keith for Drake though.
We got to keep Keith.
You sure? Because we got Thug, we got Wayne, we got Jay. We're not moving any of those. We got Drake now. We had Keith, and who was the other one? Did we even make it to 5? I don't even think we said.
I thought
5.
we did. We said. Wait, did we take M out?
Yeah, I didn't.
We took M out.
I thought we had.
It was Jay
and
Wayne.
And Wayne. Keith, Young Thug, and I said Juice WRLD. We'll take Juice WRLD out.
Juice WRLD.
No, Soulja Boy.
Oh yeah,
Soulja
you did say so.
Keith gotta go, bro.
Soulja Boy got to go. I was gonna say.
Nah, you ain't putting Keith.
You already see it. My dog Drake. Soulja Boy said
Drake.
Who was popping before, Thug or Keith?
Shit, you're right.
But
I know that, bro. I know what y'all about to say.
Thug has more influence, bro.
I don't think Thug has more influence than
Thug 100% has more influence.
I'm sorry.
Because we could say that.
I don't know.
Even though he came after, he wasn't influenced by Keith. If he was influenced by Keith, I would agree with you, but he wasn't.
But like the thing, it's hard because I don't want to play that card that Keith came before him because it's hard because I love Young Thug, like he's fantastic.
You do have an argument.
I have an argument,
but it's like I don't know, bro. It's hard. I guess we got to throw Drake in there though. I don't know who we gonna throw out, but
like, is Drake the only one in that? Well,
so
Wayne didn't used to write some of his music, but is Wayne the only? Would Drake be the only one that never written any of his own music?
100% not. What do you mean? Are you talking about we going back to Ghost Rider right now?
I'm saying of that 5. Of that 5, will he be?
Oh, yeah.
And would that make him? Would that make him be the asterisk of that 5?
Right. Yeah.
Because if he's the only of that 5 that's
not writing it
down writing his music.
But that's an additional thing that we didn't agree on.
That's us moving the scale. That's us moving the scale.
It really
but
is, yeah.
but in the sense,
if we talking purely influence, Drake cannot be debated.
It can be. Yeah,
it can be.
But
Like
if we talk about,
really, it's Drake and then everybody else.
Yeah. If we being for real.
Wayne,
because
Wayne will be up there, but it's Wayne and Drake probably.
Drake started sounding like Wayne. Let's not forget that.
Oh yeah,
facts,
for sure.
Facts.
For sure.
So my thing with Drake is we'll get back to the ghostwriting point, but like my thing with Drake is like I don't like calling him a rapper. I rather define him as an artist or as an artist period because he can transcend different genres of music.
Right,
so like as far as rap, I don't know. I don't think I could put him in there for rap, bro.
It's tough.
It is tough. But
man,
influential period, it's no question.
That Drake dropped. Man, but it just got on me recently. Like I used to think Drake used to write all his stuff till I scrolled to the end of Apple Music and I see a paragraph of 8 people on there. I'm like,
here's the thing too. So here's something you got to keep in mind. A lot of artists nowadays, and he said this in an interview, and it could be him covering his ass. I don't think so. I think this is something that genuinely happens in the industry. Is that he'll put team members on the writing just so they get paid off the royalties. So he'll list them as a writer, even if they just changed the word or they didn't really have influence.
Now,
I
will say my homeboy do that. Like one of my homeboys, like Q.
So the credits aren't reliable at the end of the day. All we got is word. What I do know is that Drake said that he wrote a song.
Yeah.
Quentin Miller reference track came out about it.
Oh, wow.
He said that, okay, the first one that leaked, he was like, yeah, okay, I got a song from the boy. So what? I was helping. He was working at Kruger's doing double time. You acting like you made the boy. I was trying to help the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But come to find out, he's like, okay, that's the only song he did, though. So what? What now? Or that's the only portion he did. Whole of, or not the whole, but several songs off of If You're Reading This Too Late.
You're right.
Leak. And it's Quentin.
Wow.
So you lied about it in
public. Yeah.
Wow.
So you can't be trusted anymore.
Right.
At that point, you broke the trust with, in my opinion, you break the trust with the audience.
Your audience, yeah.
Your word ain't got no merit no more.
Right.
So, but
ain't no telling.
That's a crazy time. I remember that.
At the end of the day, I think people have to agree because a lot of people get passionate about this and they want to argue it like it's their life, like, and it's their like most prized possession or whatever. But at the end of the day, you got to admit you don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
I hate that, bro. Like that. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing that now has started to ruin music for me.
What do you mean, the behind the scenes
like,
drama?
Just seeing that, like, certain art, like, for example, Rod Wave. This guy, one of my favorite artists. Like, since he first came out, he always been writing his own music. As of late, he's been, you could tell, it's been less lyrically driven, less, and you can tell that it's to get hits.
Right.
And if you scroll, and it's being written by somebody else. Yeah. So it's like I listen to a song and I'll be like, damn, now I gotta go see if you really wrote this.
But then the credits aren't reliable anymore, so you at the end of the day you still don't know.
Still don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. But I get what you're saying. I think as an artist you need to make a decision as to whether you're willing to let your pride go and whether you're willing to let go of certain titles, because once you let someone else write for you, there's no going back.
For sure.
That's a stain on your record.
Yeah. So it's a stain on the record.
100%. It forfeits, immediately disqualifies you from top 5 in my opinion. Like in terms of lyrically and stuff like that. Like if you've had someone written, when you have other people with such, I have to put it this way because a lot of people are going to listen and misunderstand it, right?
Yeah.
You have so many other incredible artists that match your lyrical level and
are in
they wrote their stuff.
Yes.
Right.
All of it.
Yes.
Andre 3000 on a song, I believe, I forget what it was. I think it was a Frank Ocean joint, and off of Blonde. And he was like, "Was I wasting my time writing my own stuff?" Because even he, behind the scenes, sounds like he was heartbroken finding out that nobody was writing their stuff.
Yeah.
I interviewed a guy that, and this might mess with our Wayne argument again. Well, he wasn't in my top 5 of all time. But he was top 5 most influential.
Yeah.
That's not going to change.
Yeah.
But he claims to have ghosts written for Wayne.
Oh, Wayne
King
got
Darius.
a lot of ghosts.
Yeah.
Gilly the Kid wrote the Carter.
See. That's crazy.
That hurt me, bro. When I just found that out. I just found that, bro. Watching.
What do you say on the podcast? On their podcast?
It's just a recent video that went viral of Gilly vibing to go DJ.
I did. Oh yeah, he was like he loved Wayne. Yeah.
He's like go DJ and Buddy, who is his co-host, is
his brother, right?
Joke, cracking the joke on him. He loved Wayne. This guy loved Wayne. This guy loved Wayne. Yeah. But it's not me not knowing. Gilly wrote that for Wayne, so that's why he's sitting there, word for word. But you feel me? Getting hype. Yeah, he watching Wayne perform it on the video, the music video of Wayne performing it, and he's rapping it word for word in front, like. And
because
I'm like,
he knows the song.
Yeah, I'm like, damn.
But was it how much? Did he specify how much was written by him, or like was it the hook?
No, but it was just more so. That was the general context of the video. I guess it was kind of it seemed like support, but it turned into shade. Because then it could be like, damn, you trying to flex that you wrote this, or damn, are you really trying to support this guy?
Like if you fell off, you might be trying to grasp at straws and try and get some kind of
and trying to show that I wrote this, but are you really just supporting this guy? So I found that out and I was like, damn, I like this. You know what I'm saying? This is a Wayne classic to me. I remember getting on YouTube and watching this every morning before I get on the bus.
I think for us in the South, every card is like a classic.
Oh yeah,
right? Every card that can be is aged well.
Right.
But I think universally, Carter 4 is probably the only one that's really like stood the test of time for nationally. You guys could let
Carter
me know
4.
if you disagree.
What was the card? Carter
4 was the joint where it's like he got Tech 9 on it. He got.
I would have thought Carter 3 though. Carter 3 was the one with a Millie.
Yeah, but at the same time, you go back and listen to it, it does not hold up as much.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
People aren't spinning that same stuff. People will remember How to Love.
Carter 2 though.
Right.
Carter 2, man, because you got Hustler Music.
Was Fireman on that joint?
Fireman. That's Carter 2, Carter 4. for sure.
I think
though.
Carter 4 edges it out, but
especially
I think She Will was on Carter 4
and
too,
definitely
right?
and definitely as far as like radio plays and like
that's
Carter 4 for
Yeah.
sure, like
For sure.
and to do that decade, like you know what I'm saying,
Decades,
to be trending, like to drop a Carter 5 or to drop a Carter 1, being on your rising as a solo artist, drop Carter 2, and then to that to push you to an extend, drop mixtapes, drop all these mixtapes,
crazy.
drop Carter 3 that boosts you to another extent,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
No
like,
ceilings, all that.
You signed Wayne, you signed Drake, Nicki Minaj at this time.
He's got one of the greatest
Carter
careers
4.
of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Financially,
okay,
so,
let's talk about this. How do you feel about him selling his masters?
I knew you were gonna bring
Lil Wayne sold his masters. Nicki Minaj
and Drake,
Young
right?
Money's
Well, Young Money's,
Drake,
right? Yeah.
Drake Young Money catalog, Tyga's Young Money catalog.
Granted, it was only a portion. It was his portion.
It was his.
But if he was looking for fast cash, he fucked up.
Yes.
For Drake to have sold the masters, his share of all those masters, he would have made so much more money in the long run.
What?
But if he's in a tough situation, it's like selling your PS4. You seen that? But the difference is you can get another PS4 for a couple $100. You're not going to reacquire that for the same price,
man.
It's way high.
They're gonna charge you
way high.
They're gonna tax you.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know the man's business, obviously, but like that seems like a fuck up. That seems like a cheat. I talked to Cam about it one time, and we were like, "Yo."
When I mentioned that he was looking like, "What?" he thought it was just Wayne. And
he thought it was just Wayne, but it's every.
I'm like, Drake. Yeah, he's like, he came back. He was like Tyga. He started.
He tripping though, because like Drake and Nicki Minaj alone, like.
Bro,
they were both running the game.
Tyga got his own. Did I not say that exact same thing to you?
And then Tyga got his own group of
fans. Like alone. Like,
but not even to.
That's what I'm saying. Like we got to think. Like those two were the two top artists, male and female at the time for like years.
And
he just sold this shit.
We talk about because we were talking about what should it be then? 100 million is not enough. Like
no.
So it's like that's what And we were talking about that. I was like. Beats by Dre, which is not nearly as profitable anymore, was sold for $1 billion.
$1 billion.
You can ask for quite a bit of money.
But
I don't know if it's worth $1 billion, but you can ask for damn near. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, for sure.
$100 million at bare minimum.
This is fine wine. It's fine wine at this point. It's just gonna get better with time.
Exactly, because especially this is where the debate of classics really comes into play. Drake and Nicki got classics,
man,
classics.
Multiple.
Not only classics, singles that are still getting spin today.
Albums,
no matter how old.
Albums as well, exactly.
No matter
People
how old.
People are going back for nostalgia's sake and just spinning those joints back to back. I'm one of them. I go back and listen to Take Care every once in a while.
Facts.
I listened to Thank Me Later the other day.
Man.
Facts.
I don't normally listen to that kind of stuff anymore, but it's just the memories that come with it, and it's like they're dope projects,
And the time when you first heard that song,
man,
it take you back.
Heartbreak.
But I think best I ever had was on Thank Me Later at the end, right? Because originally it was on the mixtape,
right?
And then it got moved to a single because it did so well. And which other Find Your Love. Huge, which I believe was about Rihanna. Funny enough, just a fun fact.
Oh, definitely. And the video he shot in wherever, like the islands or whatever. Yeah, for sure. It was definitely.
I ain't never seen the video, so y'all.
You never seen the video? You gotta check that out.
He was in the islands. She tricked him. Tricked his ass. Got him killed at the end of the video.
For real?
Hell yeah.
It's funny. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I might gotta watch it. I like his acting shit.
End of the day, Wayne got cheated. That's all. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Facts. Damn.
Well, let's get back to that ghostwriter since we just got to that. So how do you? I know you said like if they come out and say it, it's fine.
Yeah.
If they don't, it's not. So like, let's go back to Drake then.
Yeah.
How does that change how you see him?
As far as music.
I mean, I think I've already stated it a couple times. It's just the same thing of like. Stop claiming top 5. It annoys me. It genuinely annoys me. It's like top 5, top 5, top 5. It's like, no, shut up. You don't write your shit.
Yeah.
You're disqualified.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't think he doesn't have the ability to rap on that level. I think Drake is a great writer. From what I suspect that he wrote, because like we said, we never know. What I suspect he wrote, incredible, especially like even as recent as the BB King freestyle.
Yeah,
to me that's a legend-worthy verse. Like, that's a legendary verse. So it's like you can rap well. You will be known as one of the greatest rappers in pop culture. but that's the issue. It's going to be in pop culture. It's not going to be in hip hop culture.
Yeah, and I agree with that completely.
Definitely.
I agree with that completely.
You just made me think of something though. But do y'all think that Drake's history and acting affected his music?
He got his credibility.
But I'm more so
it
saying
affected
because
his social standing.
I'm more so saying because he started with acting, and acting scripted.
Right.
Scripted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Drake is just that much of a well actor where he gets the music and it's scripted for him? Like it's that much more simple for him to act and be Drake. Like
I don't like his music that much, but Hopsin was an actor first.
Yeah.
And he's a
he wrote all this stuff. He makes it a point. He talked about all those other guys. Like he looks down on ghostwriters. Hopsin was an actor first. There's a couple other guys that started in acting, moved on to music, and they did it.
So I can't use that as a crutch.
You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dope. Like it's genius of him business wise. I have to give Drake his props.
Right.
It's genius of him to incorporate if he did what he may have learned in the acting world to his branding.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not a crutch, it's not an excuse.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that because I don't know. Just outside looking in, I just feel like all his moves, I mean, just like other artists, but like not all of them, his moves are very calculated.
Oh, yeah.
And like
100%.
even the shit with the Harden is like, come on.
So he is so calculated, but that he wins beefs that he loses.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That Meek Mill beef,
Oh, yeah.
first, that's the only one that he really won. But
Won,
if
right.
you go back and listen, his disses weren't that high.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was the fact that he had a couple quotables. I've been here 2 days. Where y'all at? He had at least
Right.
two disses back to back.
Back to back, yeah.
And then
Pusha T destroyed him.
exactly. But here's the thing: Joe Budden used that same tactic against him.
Yeah,
and killed him.
yeah.
And Joe Budden, if you go back, is actual like it's lyrically dense. It holds.
You know,
it's
it's
like
crazy.
I
I seen a video on that too,
let's
bro.
go like
You gotta listen to
How
those.
do you feel about Joe Budden?
I think he's a weirdo.
Thank you. Okay.
I like personality wise. I don't.
All
I wouldn't get along with him as a
All right.
person.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you
I
said
don't
that.
think he's
I'm glad you
genuine.
said that.
I think
not
he's
a
very scummy.
Okay.
Not necessarily even intentionally. I don't think he realizes how scummy
Right.
he
He's
is.
doing
Right.
stuff that he's doing and how he targets
'Cause-
people and
Yeah,
takes,
you've heard of Rory and Mal and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff, like his opinions, I agree with. Like the Logic stuff. He said Logic is the worst rapper in the world. I don't agree with that, but I agree with him stating that. I think Logic is one of the worst rappers of today.
Why? Why do y'all feel that?
I feel
Is
like
he that
he's
bad?
just bad.
I've never heard.
I've heard it.
I haven't heard any new Logic music, but the last Logic music I heard wasn't that bad.
The
like,
newest,
for me to be like,
I hate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I'm not saying I hate everybody, guys. Calm down.
Yeah.
It's the album.
That's the name of
Everybody
it.
was
Oh,
garbage.
wow.
It was garbage to me. It was absolutely horrible. That was the one with like Black Spider-Man and stuff like that. And I hate a lot of his albums. I love Under Pressure. I think Once Upon a Time and this Outer Space, whatever the fuck. It's
I like
called.
that one.
That's a
Yeah.
decent album.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like he's got some of the most like the worst projects I've ever heard. Like
Yeah.
like everybody, I can't think of the others right now, but. The new joint with No ID is actually pretty good. People should check that out. Give them a second chance. It's not amazing or anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like pretty damn good.
I tried to give him a chance, but I was on the same wave. Like
Yeah.
his music just isn't consistent enough for me to like
100%.
have my ears open to
It
it.
seems
So
like he just he records and then releases. And then he
Right.
releases everything he records. Like
Oh, yeah,
as
you
an
can't do
artist,
that.
you got to know what's
great,
released
what's
and what's
good,
not.
what's
Yeah,
not,
exactly. Like you can't. He seems like he's a very emotional person. What I suspect is that he has this emotional bond with all his music, and that's all that he's hearing. He's hearing, okay, this sounds good. I like it. And to his right, he can do that. But just know that not everybody's gonna agree with you. You know.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But back to Joe Budden, I agree with some of his statements of like Logic is a bad rapper. And when Logic said, "Oh, my feelings are hurt, you should apologize," he didn't apologize, not initially, and I agreed with that. Stand your ground.
opinion, yeah.
That's my opinion. I think you're a horrible rapper. You're a horrible rapper. But on the other side, not wanting to give accounting information to your co-host, which you've given a share of your podcast. I researched all of that. I listened to the whole Rory and Mal podcast, like the initial live stream and everything to find out the details and everything. And then replacing them and then still talking down about them after they expose that.
So what did he do? So
It's-
I didn't see the live stream. So what exactly did?
So basically what happened was Rory and Mal, Joe Budden was talking down about them on the podcast. They had taken a break. People were suspecting what the hell was going on. All of a sudden, Joe Budden fires them on air. What had happened was because Joe Budden claimed, let me back up a bit, but Joe Budden claimed that they had taken a hiatus and that eventually it was a strike. What had really happened was Joe encouraged them to go on a vacation, then said all that stuff on air, and then they came out, then they actually quit. Then they went and did a live stream explaining what had happened. Apparently for years, Joe did not have his accounting information done right. But in the contracts that they originally drafted back when the podcast was just starting, they had rights to the accounting information. And then when they finally got an Excel spreadsheet, which is not the kind of is not the proper documents that it needs to be sorted into, there were still errors on it. There had been like 100,000. Maul let the slip on. He didn't really mean to, I don't think, on the live stream. But it was like $100,000 difference.
Oh wow,
that's a big.
Yeah, it's a big. Yeah, what?
And to you to not apologize and to not go back and try and fix that, and be like, "Yo, I fucked up." Like that's not a wake-up call for you.
That's slime.
That's scumbag shit.
Yeah, that's slimy
shit. You stealing at that point.
100%. Yeah. So it's like, and it's for you to not be able to look past your emotions and just be like, "Damn, I fucked up."
Yeah.
You're not a good person.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I don't like how he likes to target people.
Yeah,
and it's not always like, sometimes it's easy to share your opinion, but not to see somebody else's perspective. Yeah. And like sometimes you got to see a perspective other than yours. He's very one perspective driven.
Yeah. So what's an example of that? Because I said the Logic situation, which sounds like it fits what you're describing, but
shit. Like the Migos, when he interviewed the Migos.
Oh, I hated that.
Yeah,
shit.
Like when he interviewed the Migos, like for years he was
yelling
just down talking to Migos.
Lil Yachty and
stuff. Right.
Like for years, Lil Yachty's the worst rapper. You know, the Migos are the worst rapper. You never even seen these people before in person, but you know but in their eyes, they're like, who is Joe Budden? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
At the same time, Lil Yachty said he went and practiced writing because Joe Budden.
Said that. You know what I'm saying?
But there's a degree of, you gotta be careful with your approach when it comes to the younger generation. Stop yelling in the face and calling them trash.
Right.
Say that you think you owe it to the culture, which they do, in my opinion.
To put some effort into this music.
To put some effort into the writing, even if it's not in your hits. Like, go ahead and release. Like, all we need is
a hit.
All we need is one track on the album being like, hey, I could rap. I do this. I've earned my spot in this culture. I deserve to be here. So, but at the end of the day, I agree with him on that, but I don't agree with the way that he went about it.
He goes about it. Yeah, like
it's too aggressive and it's asshole-ish.
Yeah,
right.
100%. So it's like, how can anybody listen to what you're saying if they're feeling attacked before even, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're shutting people down. And that's just bad communication in general. You're yelling in their face. If you look at it like, on Everyday Struggle, every week for the first couple months was just him yelling at academics.
Yeah.
And he was right on a couple topics, but at the same time, shut up.
Yeah.
For like 5 seconds, let the other guy speak.
And that's why academics end up bursting into his kind of own thing, because he got an opportunity to speak.
I hate academics, but
to speak.
I don't like.
I don't like academics either, man. He's
cornball.
He's what we call he's like a culture vulture. He's one of the worst kind. He likes to only profit off of negative
news,
negative anything, negative interaction, negative
it's
interviews.
like, well, they did it.
Y'all seen that? Never mind. What was it? The whack 100 and the 6ix9ine joint when they try to come at 21 Savage.
21 Savage, because apparently 21 Savage was on. This is new, but like 21 Savage was on the phone. 21 Savage, I guess, was on the phone with 6ix9ine for like
an hour or something.
Yeah. But they was like arguing. Like, they was literally on the phone, just like going back and forth, arguing or whatever.
And 9 tried to twist it, didn't it?
No, and Wack was basically saying, all right, 6ix9ine and Wack had a podcast where 21 Savage came up.
Wait, what the fuck? 6ix9ine got a podcast now?
He was on the podcast with Wack.
Wack 100 as their guest.
Matter of fact, I think it was Academics podcast.
Or it might have been Academic.
And Wack
Wack 100 came on with 6ix9ine.
It's pretty whack.
Yeah,
right.
It killed his whole, you know what I'm saying? His whole credibility as what he tries to portray. So basically, that was what 21 Savage was on. Like, don't discuss me in y'all podcast. And then he was like, how can you say that when you was on the phone with him yesterday for 40 minutes? He was like, I don't care if I was on the phone yesterday with him 40 minutes. We didn't agree about. He was like, we didn't agree about nothing on the phone. And he was like, and for you to be a real gangster, that's what you say you are. You shouldn't agree with nothing 6ix9ine saying. He's a rat.
Right.
And that's literally all he said. And so Wack was like, I'll beat you up. Like, I'll beat you up when I see you.
Because that's the only thing he can.
Yeah, that's the only thing he can get to. Right.
He beat you with logic. Now you got to resort to fists. Right?
Yeah. Like,
that's crazy.
I'm like, what? So
for sure.
Yeah, man.
Craziness.
It's right now the world, the rap game is kind of transitioning from like music to just entertainment.
Perfect.
It's always been that way though. That's the thing is that like we discovered, you know, all these ghostwriters, like, you know, and stuff that's coming out, all these fake gangsters. You know, this fake gangsters aren't anything new.
I mean,
for sure.
Look at Eazy-E.
Yeah, shit. Cube
go back
shit.
to the beginning. Yeah. Goes back to the very, very beginning, the roots. Yeah. So that's like, crazy.
Fucking I don't even know if Sugar Hill Gang wrote the original joint. I don't know if they did. So. I don't remember if they did. But even so, even if they did, Sugar Hill Gang was just a ploy to mimic what was happening on the streets. People heard that rap was happening at these live concerts out on the street, from my understanding. And anybody, feel free to correct me in the comments if you think you know more. But
let them know though. Talk your shit.
You know, basically, you know, they were like, "Hey, you, and you, we're making a band. Go ahead and make a rap record."
Yeah.
And thus hip-hop was born.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
That's tough.
But yeah, we probably finna
wait a second. Since we about to come to the end, I got one more question that we're going to end it on.
All right,
what is the current state of hip-hop, and how do you see it growing in the future, for better or for worse?
Good question.
2 years ago, I would have said that hip-hop is the healthiest it's ever been and the most diversified it's ever been. But since then, people have noticed the diversity and slowly started to drift into channels. So now, instead of everybody having their own unique thing, Chicago with their sound, et cetera, everybody's feeding off of each other. New York's doing drill, trap fusion. Now Chicago is too.
Right.
Like there's a lot less individuality. All of New York is either doing drill music or Griselda type records. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's still very diverse. Don't get me wrong, but people aren't clicking up. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot more clicks happening, and I don't think it's for the better.
I feel that.
Okay.
I don't think individuality
is
creativity celebrated as much anymore.
Gotcha. So future, you think it's going to be worse?
I don't necessarily think so. I think that we have to look out as hip-hop artists, and we need to look into rock. I'm a huge fan of rock, but rock is making a comeback. It's showing all the signs of being what hip-hop has been this past decade and beyond. Rock is creeping up, and it has the potential to overcome hip-hop as the world's leading genre.
For sure.
I think we need to, as hip-hop artists, we do need to branch out and not only incorporate that and embrace it in a way, but also stand our ground in other sectors and be like, hey, hip-hop is here to stay. We're not letting go. Don't let the record labels push you towards that fusion. Do it if it's your own creative choice.
Yeah, sure.
The pop punk is coming up a lot too, and as we all know, rock was originally black music.
Right.
Yeah. If we want to compete with that, if pop punk does show these signs, I think we have to go back to what Kendrick was doing with the Isaac Hayes samples and all of that, and embrace that.
Right.
We need to go back and try and find a way to reinvent it. In my personal opinion.
Nah, that's what we're asking for sure.
That's a scenario of if this happens. But hip-hop is definitely always going to be here. It's going to be here for a very long time. It's not going anywhere. But for sure. It has competition coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Well, that's all we got for you guys today. Thank you for checking in to Three Stooges podcast. I'm Charles Wade.
I'm Cam Singletary.
I'm Tino Ali.
Yep. Go ahead and plug yourself. Give them your Instagram.
Yeah, all that.
Yes, sir. You can find me at Tone Deaf Tony on Instagram and Tino Ali Music on Instagram and Twitter. You can check out the Hip Hop Business and News, the Sandwich Shop podcast. We have a lot of great interviews. Some of them we've discussed here today. I didn't get a chance to mention Shama Noel on the ghostwriting. He's an incredible ghostwriter, one of the first dudes to pop off at Twitter. The rapper Emulator, you guys might know him from the early days. He got a co-sign from a lot of big stuff. Check out Shama. Check out Dom Rose Music on Instagram and such. And Jay Fortuna as well. So...
yeah, appreciate having you, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. These things will be in the description, so be on the lookout.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all.